I probably ate 10 papaya salads while I was in Thailand, and I wasn't even there that long. Hi guys, and welcome back to another Travel Talk Tuesday. Today we're talking about our favorite foods that we've discovered while traveling. If you're new to Travel Talk Tuesday, there's a group of travelers, myself included, that discuss a new topic about travel every single Tuesday. If you want to see everybody else's videos and check out the other channels of the Travel Talk Tuesday tribe, I have links to everything down below, so be sure to check that out before you leave today. We're going to do this in chronological order as far as when I started traveling. The first place that I ever went, where I really got a taste for like global cuisine and food that was just different than things that I had grown up with, was New Orleans. I had a lot of great things there, but the number one dish that stands out in my mind is jambalaya. Jambalaya kind of reminds me of paella, but instead of doing it with seafood, they usually do it with some kind of like spicy sausage. I probably had jambalaya like 3 times out of the 4 or 5 days that I was in New Orleans, and every single dish was a little bit different. It's like rice that gets cooked in with some meat and veggies and a lot of spices, and it's just like super good. I can't remember if it's Cajun or Creole or a combination of the two, but I'll put it on the screen now so that we all know. Next big travel experience, I went to Ireland. I actually lived in Ireland for 5 months, and I'm not gonna lie, Irish food does not do well in my stomach in general. So really, when it comes down to it, the only like Irish traditional food that I like really fell in love with was brown bread, which I know is also called soda bread, pub bread, I've seen it called. Basically, if you go out to eat in Ireland, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get brown bread served to you before your meal. I've had brown bread that was very dry. I've had mini brown breads that were deliciously moist. I've had like multigrain and like really like a homogeneous taste. They vary greatly. The best one that I ever had, I remember, was in Galway, where I was living. Right next to the Galway Bay, near that like marina area, there's a fancy restaurant over there with like a lot of windows inside of a museum, and they had like some incredible brown bread. But you can find really good brown bread all over Ireland. Actually, once I get my oven fixed and I can actually bake things properly, I would love to do an Irish brown bread recipe. So that was pretty much it for Europe for me as far as traditional foods go. I also like was really poor at the time, so I wasn't like trying a ton of new cuisine. So we're gonna fast forward to Asia. That's where the bulk of my list is. So far we just got jambalaya and brown bread, and we got a whole list of Asian stuff that I fell in love with while I was living in China. So I actually did make an entire video on my top 5 favorite Chinese foods, and I even expanded that into a blog post that was a little bit of a longer list. So I'll have both of those linked down below, and you can go check that out if you want more, but I'll just rattle off a couple things that I absolutely fell in love with in China that come to mind immediately. Number 1, definitely xiaolongbao. I've talked about this a lot. These are soup dumplings, and basically it's a type of dumpling with meat inside, but instead of just that meat mixture inside, they also add a cube of aspic, which is a type of meat jelly. And so basically the aspic melts when you steam it, and it turns into a soup inside the dumpling, so the dumpling becomes this little pocket filled with like soup and meat, and it's just like so freaking good. That is umami. I've definitely had some foodgasms from the xiaolongbao experiences. I also fell in love with lotus root. I didn't even know what lotus root was. I don't think I was aware that it existed before I went to China, and I love it. It's got this really crispy texture, and it'll take on like any flavor you kind of put it with. So it's super good in like malatang, which is a spicy soup. It's really good just stir-fried by itself. You can do a billion things with it. The things that I did not bring up in my favorite China foods video, though, are the fruits that I fell in love with. I would eat a mango and a passion fruit every morning for breakfast, and I did that for like almost a full month. I'm not talking about the regular American mangoes. I'm talking about those mangoes that are imported from the Philippines. So I wasn't even eating the Chinese mangoes, which here's a picture of an American mango. They're not even good, and they're super expensive. And then here's a picture of a Chinese mango. The Chinese mango has like a little curve on the end, and I know that Mexico has a lot of mangoes that look like this also. And then here's the Filipino mangoes that I fell in love with. They're like giant boulders of a mango. Basically, if you were to put all 3 of these mangoes together, the mango from the Philippines outweighs both of them, probably like the weight of the 2 mangoes, and multiply it by 3. Like, these mangoes are huge. They're like the juiciest, sweetest, most like satisfying texture of a mango that I've ever had in my life. And then there's passion fruit. I did make an exotic fruit taste test video, which actually has done very well. A lot of people really like that video. I'll have that linked down below as well. And that's when I first tried passion fruit, and I fell in love pretty quickly. I love putting passion fruit on coconut milk ice cream, and I love passion fruit with mango in the morning. I think that combination is so good. And if I had to pick 2 food items that I miss the most from China, I'd probably say mango and passion fruit, because I can find Chinese dishes here. You know, we can have imported Chinese cooking wine and 5-spice and all kinds of things, and we can cook dishes that taste Chinese, but I can't get my hands on any of those mangoes. And the passion fruits here are so small and sad and like not good and expensive. It's just not good. All right, the next place I went was Hong Kong, and of course I had to get an egg tart. I don't remember the name of the bakery. I'll put it on the screen, but it's a really famous egg tart bakery in Hong Kong. And their egg tarts, oh, they're actually the only egg tarts I've had that are better than the ones at KFC in China. And I know that sounds weird if you're from America. You're like, why does Chinese KFC have egg tarts? I don't know, but they're delicious. Last on the list is Thailand, because unfortunately I don't really have any like favorite foods from Cambodia because I was sick with food poisoning and I wasn't really in the mood to try anything. So in Thailand, I completely fell in love with all the readily available tropical fruits. I'm talking whole coconuts where you throw the straw in, drink all the coconut water, you scoop out the meat and eat it. Coconut shakes where they just take a bunch of coconut and ice and they blend it up. Basically every single fruit shake and like fruit thing that I could get in Thailand, I wanted. I also fell in love with papaya salad, and now I had had papaya salad before I went to Thailand, and I had had really good papaya salad, but in Thailand when you get a papaya salad, a lot of times they make it right in front of you and it's the freshest, most delicious thing. I probably ate 10 papaya salads while I was in Thailand, and I wasn't even there that long. Also in Thailand, I loved anything cooked in and served in a fruit. So I remember we had pineapple fried rice when we were in Koh Lanta. We had coconut curry when we were in Chiang Mai. And I don't know why, but things just taste better out of a fruit. Now I love me some Thai curry, and the Thai curry in Thailand is obviously way better than it is in America. But the type of like curry I really fell in love with when I was in Chiang Mai specifically was khao soi. I'm gonna move inside while we keep talking because the train's going by and it's just not gonna be good. Khao soi is like this curry slash noodle dish. It's kind of weird. It's like a really good spicy curry that comes with like a bajillion condiments on the side. And there are regular cooked noodles inside of that curry. And then on top there are crispy fried noodles. So it's got this combination of textures and flavors. And then with the condiments on the side, you can add whatever you want, but they've got like lime, dried peppers, sugar, pickled veggies. They had a lot of different stuff you could put on top. As I would eat bowls of khao soi, I would just keep like adding different things. I remember the first bite I had of khao soi, I wasn't like immediately impressed, but it's something about the journey from the beginning to the end of eating that bowl of khao soi that's super delicious. It's just this like good combination of textures and flavors that just like evolves as you eat it. I know that sounds really hippy dippy, but that's how it is for me. I'm 100% positive that when I edit this video, I'm going to think about 100 more things that I wanted to tell you guys as far as food that I've discovered while traveling. But we're going to leave it at these ones for now. Stay tuned tomorrow for a very special cooking video. I'm just getting around to starting my Cooking Around the World series, and I'm starting it off by trying to make nopalitos, which is a dish that I heard about while I was in Arizona. It's a traditional southwestern dish made out of cactus, like the actual paddle, not like fruit, not cactus syrup or anything like that, like the cactus. Stay tuned tomorrow to see that whole mess go down. Let's take bets now. Do you think I'm gonna fail or do you think I'm gonna succeed at my recipe? I have no idea. I'm just hoping that I clean the nopalitos properly and that we don't end up eating any cactus spines, because that would be bad. So yeah, hit that red subscribe button if you want to find out if I die from eating cactus spines. And on that note, thanks for watching and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye!